Lincoln Financial Field, and it is indeed home to the 2018 Super Bowl champion Eagles. The Link also is home to the Temple Owls. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see,
shout out to Plunk Daddy, 95. Good luck.
Madison Dukes taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Temple Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Dukes will put total weather to crank us up. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. First down here for the offense. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Now they'll try the right side. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, you know, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten.
Fires into traffic, and it's picked off. Looking for more room. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, James Madison.
You always want to come out and set the tone as a defense. Get a stop, make a punt. How about this? Get the INT and take it back to the house. Way to set the tone for this defense early.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. Fair catch called for and made. Temple takes over and the offense will return to the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown 1 in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown, Owls. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. On first down, here comes this offense. To the ground with the back. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll put the tight end in motion. Use the play fake, now to throw. Going for it all. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Dukes. On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Temple takes over and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Fires the pass, intercepted. Bringing it back. And on the interception return, he'll finally be stopped at the 33.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Looking for a productive play on first down. Handoff to the single back. At midfield, he's got room. Can anyone catch him? And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Man, having a great back makes life so easy on your offense. It balances everybody out. It commits more guys to the box. And this guy all season long, he's in the top 10 in rushing for a reason. He's continued to make plays. You continue to trust him. This guy is a great running back.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Finds his big tight end. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down man.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Owls!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point is good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, heavyweights trading punches today in a top 5 battle, and now it's a final. UTSA is going to walk off the field there inside the Alamo Dome with a much-needed victory. They had this one circled on the calendars for some time, and regardless the score, that W has to feel good. A top 5 clash and a thoroughly impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3 and gets it to the 20-yard line. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Pulls and fires complete to the right. Got room at the 35. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Looking to throw, it's Foster. He finds his man. Across the 25, he's got room. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Wants to throw on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on the field.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. Gets it out fast. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The Dukes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He'll just keep slinging it. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, James Madison. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So an 82-yard drive there. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows.
They can play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. He wants to throw. Feeling some heat. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
He's up to 90 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. The give to the fullback. They get him on the ground, but he's got enough to give Temple the first down.
How about that play call? 3rd down, turn it around, hand it to the big fella, your fullback, and he does the work to get the first.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Right down the middle. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And the interception was enough. The return made it even better as he gets it down to the 48-yard line.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Trying to get to it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Wants to throw. It's Foster. And the pass is incomplete, and that's how the first quarter comes to a close.
James Madison, 21, Temple, 14.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man. Smashes him with the stiff arm. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. And the Dukes come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
some room, headed to the goal
Good
line.
rain. I love the rain.
Touchdown, Dukes. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he finished it with a scintillating 28-yarder to the house. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missiles.
He's going up top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Temple lining up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football. He hurls one deep down the left side. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. Touchdown, James Madison. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone.
14.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Hands it off. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Fast motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. Crosses to 35. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space and let him go to work.
Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. He's got 99 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Off play action. Fires to the wideout. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs. And now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage. And you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency so this offense can find out exactly who they are and build it consistently.
And the Owls will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. After after the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
James Madison, 35, Temple.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth. I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Tackled immediately after the catch.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
With the catch, it's Wilkins. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. 2nd down coming up. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Safe completion on the screen. Or left him grasping for air. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Perfect play call against the perfect defense. They came with a blitz, and the offense had this screen pass called at the right time. Running back gets it in his hands. He's got linemen out in front, getting hats on hats. You can't do it any better than that.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. Looking to pass, it's Foster. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Dukes! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to tackle. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. First down here for the offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He uncorks a bullet to the right. Go to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Still looking on the move. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. And the fumble will go out of bounds. They'll lose a few on that one.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. An offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
Just steamrolling his way through. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Owls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's going to pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. After the misfire, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's going to let it go. He's got it. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Temple.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Go into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on.
Off he goes. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Scanning the field, it's Foster. Spits it out to the back. Caught. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking to move it through the air. He'll take a shot. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Yeah, and just got enough of the football there by the defender, breaking on the football, getting his hand on it. He couldn't bat it down, but he got a fingertip on it, tipped that thing away from the receiver, made the big play, saving the touchdown.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Fires to the middle. Pulls it in. Touchdown, James Madison. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a scoring toss from the 33. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Handoff from the shotgun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Good half. Yeah.
Temple will try to boot this one deep to get the second half underway.
Little coach.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. James Madison ready to go back on the attack. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep plowing it on until they find an answer.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Oh, he gave him the dead leg. And he's brought down after a nice game.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
What are you doing? Get back on me.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. To the air, it's Foster. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
Well, this guy's going to make catches all over the field. That time, he lined up all the way to the left side, and he was able to cross the entire field to make a catch on the right side. Defense lost track of him, and it ended up being a big play.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The Dukes have pushed it inside the 20. The back goes in motion. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Flips it out in the flat. Oh, the ball squirts out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
Pocket starts to go. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety. So after that safety, they'll kick it away from their own 20.
The hell is that?
How about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life in this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Got some room to run. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
Nice read, nice break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it. Takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
They'll throw it on first down. He'll try to do it himself. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Throws to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. And this offense is desperate to keep this Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Another interception.
Oh,
This guy
goodness.
just can't find his own players.
James Madison. And they'll take over first and 10.
James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, James Madison, 51, Temple, 28.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Power football with the run. Picks his way ahead. He'll get 5 out to the 17-yard line.
That didn't bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
Ran through the contact. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. And the Dukes come to the line with a new set of downs. The give from the gun. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, the running back has it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Dukes will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Temple takes over and the offense will return to the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Quarterback checking the play. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Coming after it. And they got him for the sack.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside. He was able to get to the quarterback for another negative play.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He fires one deep down the right side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown Owls. And they take it in for 6 more points.
This is a special talent playing the tight end position because he's not a guy that's just going to catch flat routes and block. He's a guy you can line up all over the field. He can stretch the field vertically, shows off his speed. He has very rare athleticism for a guy at his position, and he showed it there on that long touchdown catch.
If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And everybody's got different philosophies. Some people kick onside every single time. You go for the big play, try to create some momentum for your team, but they failed. A nice job covering the kick, seeing the football off the kicker's foot, securing it, getting on the ground, and making sure your offense retains the football.
Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a first down.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football. trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. He'll do it himself. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker.
Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force him to settle for a field goal? Finds his back in the middle. They'll bring him down, but not before he put people in the spin cycle. Sometimes you'll hear guys derisively say, well, he just piles up numbers. When the number gets close to 450, that's worth doing.
And that's why they throw it as much as they do, because they've got a difference maker playing the quarterback position. He gives them a chance to be explosive and light up the score.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Defense might bring the house here. Might as well stick with him. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. A 3rd and long here. They can pick up the 1st down without getting the touchdown. Looking downfield, it's Foster. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Between the uprights, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
36.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting, keep shooting.
And the quarterback bought a little time, but actually bought a lot of time, but not enough time. The defense gets to him. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a throw downfield late. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but you listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that's being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.